Introducing the Open Palm Podcast with host Jerome Shaw, available today on your favorite podcast platforms. The Open Palm Podcast is a positive, uplifting, motivational, and inspirational podcast. The host brings his insight and philosophy, and you can't help but gravitate towards his smile, his words, and his wisdom. Again, the podcast he hosts is titled The Open Palm Podcast. It's about inspirational messages, motivating themes, and thought-provoking ideas and topics. He'll also help you become more aware and in harmony with your own life, giving you a better understanding of your place in the world and using your skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. You can find the show today on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. You can also connect with the host on Instagram at Jerome Shaw. That's JROMESHAW on Instagram. Jerome Shaw with the Open Palm Podcast. Motivation, meditation, mentality. Go listen, download, and subscribe today.
A martial arts student went to his teacher and said earnestly, "I am devoted to studying your martial system. How long will it take me to master it?" The teacher's reply was casual. 10 years. Impatiently, the student answered, "But I want to master it faster than that. I will work very hard. I will practice every day, 10 or more hours a day if I have to. How long will it take then?" The teacher thought for a moment, stroking his beard. 20 years. What do you gather from this story, my friend? This story entitled, Working Very Hard. They say, sometimes when we try too hard, we usually just get in our own way. Things that make us anxious to learn oftentimes just block our own understanding. And some things really just have to develop naturally by themselves. Still, we aren't all prodigies, all born with natural gifts and tendencies towards one art or another. There are some students that take to things a lot more easily than others. But when we are too eager, often we need to learn patience, live for the moment, and not try to rush to an end destination. If life is a journey and the end destination is death, why are we in a rush to get there? Do we really gain a lot from working hard alone? Does working very hard or working extra hard get us that much closer to our goal? We cannot really rush true learning. We have to take it one step at a time. The tortoise and the hare, as it were. Slow and steady wins the race. So instead of trying to rush things and worrying so much about it, I encourage you to let it flow. Let this story be a lesson to not always be in a hurry to get to some task or to get to some reward. Sometimes the reward is in the journey itself. It's in the learning itself. For what will we have when we finally achieve what we want? Another journey, another task, another accomplishment, another goal. What pushes you and what pulls you in your life? Is it the promise or the attainment of everything that you have been longing for? Or is it the knowing, the understanding that you can find for just endeavoring to pursue the task itself? Are you in this for the happiness of pursuit or the pursuit of happiness? Two things that sound very similar, but are actually very different. Just as the wise teacher said in this story, 10 years to the eager student. The student replied that he would work very, very hard, practice every single day, 10 or so more hours, and just all day practice. And the teacher surmised that if he did this, it would take him even longer to master that which he was so eager to learn. Don't work against yourself. Work with the flow of life. The flow of life, like nature, that does not rush, yet everything is accomplished. Haste can sometimes make waste. Let it go and let it flow, my friend. Thank you for listening. This has been Jerome Shaw on TOP, the Open Palm podcast here in San Antonio, Texas. The open palm means harmony with the world, understanding our place in the world, using our skills accordingly, greeting the world with an open palm instead of a closed fist. I pray you received an encouraging message, letting you know that when it comes to mastery, sometimes it is about the journey and not just the end goal or destination. Like one of my friends once said, it is not about first or second place, but who we become during the race. Share this episode with a like-minded individual who is learning and growing, becoming their greatest version just like you, being all that they can be, and embracing each day as it is. Pay it forward so more can hear the message. And if this is your very first time receiving this podcast, definitely subscribe for more inspirational messages like this. And if you feel compelled to support, consider opening your browser to anchor.fm/jshaw and clicking that support link there is much appreciated. Big shout out and thank you to all the wonderful supporters who continue to donate to the podcast, making it possible for episodes like this. Much love, much appreciation to you. Thank you. Have a wonderful and blessed day or night, wherever you are, my friend. And as always, take care. Hey there, my friend. So you've heard about Anchor, but do you know why it's the easiest way to make a podcast? Well, first off, it's free. It allows you to use creation tools that let you record your podcast right from your phone or computer. It also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more platforms. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place. Download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started. Can't wait to hear yours. Let's see what you have to offer the world.